Hello, how are you? Playing some Pioneer today. We got a really nice YouTube comment that I'm gonna read out that is spurring us to play this. I got it about 20 minutes ago and I said, you know what? I'm done with work. Why don't we fire this up? Why not? So let's read the comment out where I'm reading it. You can see it in notifications. Hello Zam, I'm a great follower of your videos of Modern Goblins, but I just realized that Pioneer Goblins deck is so much fun. You can change the deck, it will be just as fun as any other Goblin Pioneer deck. Collected Goblins, Pile Driver, Legion Warboss, Legion Loyal, and Rattler Master, your version with Krenko, Chain Whirler, and Ringleaders. Instead, Modern is quite limited with the Snoop combo, and it's true. Snoop combo is so strong that it limits what you can do because, well, Modern really limits what you can do, but you know, it's so much more powerful than everything else. Anyway, I'd like you to upload more videos to both Pioneer and Modern, and I'd like you to try 4X Reckless Bushwhacker. I don't know if Goblin Bushwhacker is legal in Pioneer. It's not. In your version, maybe instead of 2 Krenko, 2 Chain Whirler, the Ringleaders, or Skirk. Up to you. They're so good. I see this deck in play and make good results. You can get some ideas. I don't understand why more Den of the Bugbear are not played. In this case, I don't understand why this deck doesn't play 4X Castle Embereth, for example. And then they put a list here. And we were gonna just run it straight up as is, but it's only actually 55 cards that they put in their list. They mentioned Den of the Bugbear, so I assume they'd want it. And they also told me to just replace the cards in my old list with those cards they mentioned. So we're gonna look at the list they posted and then take a look at, is it this one? I believe this is my list. Yeah. Oh no, this isn't, this might be me. I might have made this edit last time. This is not me. I'm just making sure to find it so we can compare it. I believe it's called Just Goblins. Yeah. Okay. So they're recommending maybe take out the Krenkos. What was the last thing they said? They said, maybe instead of 2 Krenko and 2 Chain Rollers, Ringleaders, or Skirt. So if we put these 4 in here, I don't remember what I removed. I think I probably removed I think it was like a War Chief, or maybe I just moved the Krenkos to the board, or the Chain Whirlers to the board, which makes sense if you're gonna go with this. So something else we're gonna do here is I think we're gonna remove the Krenkos in general. The Hobgoblin Bandit Lords were like kinda iffy. They're okay, but if we're gonna go for this Surge plan, we're gonna need more low end. And we're gonna want to refill at some point, so I'm thinking of like taking out one of these and just adding another Ringleader, maybe, because like you do want to go twice, right? Like once maybe, you know what, you probably don't want to go twice until after sideboarding. So game 1, you want to be as aggressive as you possibly can be. We need another Goblin Pile Driver. These Rending Volleys I think stink. They're okay. I think we're gonna go with Fry, although we're super aggro. What do we expect our bad matchups to be? Something like Winota that plays a lot of blockers. Something that wipes our board. What these would be for. Probably put 3. And then let's see what Malekith's sideboard was. I know they included one. Leyline of Combustion. I actually am not sure what that does. I know that Mono Red Devotion plays it, Does it prevent people from gaining life? If Leyline of Combustion is in your opening hand, you can begin the game with it. Whenever you and at least one permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability, Leyline of Combustion deals 2 damage to that player. This is actually surprisingly strong in Pioneer because there's not a lot of board wipes. It's a lot of just shock variants. So this could be good against something like blue-red. I don't like the idea of mulliganing to Leylines in general. If you watch a lot of my stuff, you'll know that. But I'm willing to try it over something like Skullcrack. I don't know if we ever even boarded in the Skullcracks to any kind of success. If there was even enough life gain to go around that it mattered. So we could try that. And then does Damping Sphere, how does Leyline of Combustion interact with the Lotus combo? They don't storm, do they? I don't remember how that works. This is my Slack channel. So let's go to MTG Goldfish. I just want to take a look at it real quick. I don't remember. I know they make 1,000,000 mana. They don't fireball you though. What do they do? Where is it? Wait a second. It can't have fallen off this hard. It just won. Hidden Strings, that's what it's called. Okay. They make 1,000,000 mana and then they Emergent Ultimatum and they Omniscience, but then what? Do they mill you out? I don't see it. Approach of the Second Sun, I guess. Like with Bay of Wishes and stuff. Yeah, it looks like it. That or they Ugin you or whatever. I've been Elder Gargaroth by them, but I don't know what their like straight up combo is, but they're not targeting you many times is the point. So it doesn't do anything there. It does do something against mono green ramps, like infinite win con, but mono green ramp is just gonna wreck us probably no matter what. So because they're just like a whole bunch of big beefy creatures that we can't attack through, but all good. So Damping Sphere for them. Ormod's Crypt. I don't think there's many real graveyard decks. I guess there's the Greasefang decks, but I'm not sure I want to play Ormod's Crypt for Greasefang. Like, I think I'd rather just like play not Lava Coil, but maybe we just play like, what goes face and does 3 or 4 damage? What is it? The learn. It's a learn card, and it costs 3 mana. Igneous Inspiration does 3 damage, so it's not better than Lightning Strike. Was it Firecraft? Is that what it's called? I don't know if this is Pioneer legal, actually. Got Spell Mastery, which makes me think that it's from Origins originally. Oh, and it's showing up here. So, like, decent, but it's sorcery. What is the, so deal 4 damage. We got to deal 4 because Winota. Like, the Chain Whirlers will deal with Winota, but, like, Winota, the blue horror thing in the ice, Reckless Rage. This is sort of like sack a creature, deal 4 damage. This sacks a land to do 4 damage. This hits both Winota and thing in the ice. I'm getting a phone call. Just a second. That was my girlfriend offering to pick me up dinner. She's going out. I like Flame Spill. I always like Flame Spill, especially in an aggro deck. It comes out early enough, but you don't necessarily have the mana for it. So you know what? We're gonna try Rending Volley, because I did have it in the sideboard already for a reason. I don't think it's gonna be good, but we're gonna try it. I don't think I have any tickets. Yeah, I have only play points. So we're gonna see if we have enough credit with the bots to buy these. We should. But we have to do this. It's called Just Goblins. We're going to export it. And you have to put it in plain text because Magic Online's format changes so often that none of the websites can keep up to date with it. And we gotta go to GoatBots. Gotta go to delivery. We gotta empty the cart. I'll show you this deck in a minute. I've been brewing a green-white counters, not counters really, green-white artifacts deck. And all right, so I definitely don't have enough. What is the thing that costs money? It's Rending Volley. Wow. I did not expect Rending Volleys to be expensive. The thing about GoatBots is that it's very difficult to PayPal them for this stuff. I may, like, you have to like, yeah, you have to buy credits, and then you have to buy it. It's like this whole process, and it takes a while. So, well, it might not take a while. It might be quick. I did it on the weekend once, and there was nobody there to process it, so I'm used to it taking a while. I think I'm just gonna buy 6 tickets from the old Wizards. I'm gonna throw up the Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna get these cards. Then we're gonna enter a league with this, just straight up. So I will see you guys on the other side of this short break. All right, we are back from having purchased our tickets. We're just waiting for goat bots to deliver them to us, as they're trying any second. We should be hopping into our lead. Nobody seems to want these goblin ringleaders and skirk prospectors. I've been trying to get rid of them. I could just shred them. It's not a big deal. All right. Confirmed. Now let's burn the rest of these play points and play some Pioneer. It is 5:30. I don't know if that means the most sweaty. I don't know. I'm going to play Pioneer. And where's Just Goblins? Right here. I don't know if the most sweaty people play now or the least sweaty, but it's like it's definitely a transitional time to be queuing up. So let's fire up this league. We're gonna blast through it because we're in an aggro bushwhacker deck, I think. And try it out. So this is just to confirm, or just to reiterate. Well, wait a second. Maybe we should talk about this. This was what they were like, maybe just replace this, but then this was their deck, which I actually own everything from. And there's a couple issues with this. Number one, it's got a ton of 3-drops here. Now this bushwhacker is supposed to be 2 mana basically, but you're gonna have to play a 1-drop with it, and there's only 12 1-drops. They left out Fanatical Firebrand, which is why I have this over here. So let's say we do this, and they also left out Snoop, which they were saying it constricts. Maybe they didn't want to play it, but I actually still think it's very good. I also don't think you want War Chiefs in this deck. Really? Could be. War Chief may be better than Hobgoblin Bandit Lord in a Bushwhacker deck. Although Bushwhacker gives your creatures haste. Maybe we should be playing this deck just to see. But I have to cut something. So what do we cut if this is what we're playing? Lower the music a tiny bit. Huh. It's actually a tough call. You want basically all of this, I think. I think you probably just cut these. And they wanted this many Rabble Masters. I don't know if that's good, but it does help you go wide. Forces every creature in your deck to attack is one of the issues. But I think you can make it work. And maybe we just like cut. Maybe we cut one of these 3-drops. I think we just cut the Rabble Master, just one Rabble Master. So I said I was gonna play his list, and let's just play their list. Now I wish I could copy paste this because I like the sideboard. So this would be my list with Bushwhackers in it, but we said we're gonna play their list. Let's play their list. I'm glad I caught myself before entering this. I hope that, yeah. Do I have to drop it? Yeah, I have to. We should get all our play points back. This is like actually their list, and we filled out the last 5 cards or so and made an adjustment. But this is their list, their idea. So Malekith the Maldito, which for those of you who don't speak Spanish, apparently a lot of you do speak Spanish. I get those subscriber notifications all the time. I'm not gonna run their sideboard. I don't think it's basically what we're about to do. But Malekith the Maldito, like Malekith the dummy, for you non-Spanish speakers, from what I understand. I used to play a drinking game called Maldito. Anybody who's played President or Big Two or Asshole, those are all card games. That's all Maldito is. But with drinking involved. Goblin Ringleader. I think this was the sideboard. Bending Volley, Damping Sphere, Chain Roller, Ringleader. Maybe it should be more Chain Rollers and Ringleaders, but I don't want to raise the curve that much, so we're going to go with this. So we're playing with Malekith's Goblins through a league. You saw my version that I might play instead of this. This is theirs. And for the record, the reason you don't play... he asked this question in his comment. The reason you don't play for Castle Embereth is two things. Number one, you can really only activate one at a time. And number two, the more of these mountains you play, the more likely it is to come into play tapped. And playing tap lands is like pretty much unacceptable in the first couple turns of the game. So given that we already have 8, which is what, 8, 16, it's about a third. It's more than a third of our lands are not mountains. And like you want to keep 2 landers, it's pretty risky. I think 2 you can get away with, so that's what I'm running here. But if you went up to 4, the chance that both of your lands are Castle Embereths is decently high, and you start drawing it's not the best. We're playing against Volkswagen, going for 2/2. We're trying to make them real sad. Hand is pretty bad. We have like 1 play a turn for a while. I guess we have to mulligan, or do we just have to hope for a second land? Second land doesn't really get us anywhere. This is like a super slow hand. Yeah, let's mulligan this. This is a much better hand. We're gonna throw back, I guess. Not knowing what they are, do I throw back a Ramunap Ruins or a Mountain? Well, let's go with what I said before with about these Castle Embereths coming off the top. I think since we need to draw 2 or 3 lands to make this good, we'll throw back Ramunap Ruins. And we'll lead on Den of the Bugbear and Skirk Prospector. Here you go. Yeah. Good old... It looks like they're just F6, so there is no shock variant coming in from their hand here. Which is good for us because, oof, that's bad for us. That's very bad for us, right? We can swing for 1 past this in general. So I guess we play this. I think Goblins has a really terrible mono red matchup, which is why I think the last time I played Pioneer, I like 0-2'd with Goblins and just like started playing Modern. But oh, and this has to attack. Oh, that's terrible for us. Oh man, this is why I hate this card. We're seeing it immediately play out why I don't like Goblin Rabblemaster. And it's because you are forced to attack with your good stuff that is just good sitting on board. And it doesn't survive. So I might have just thrown away a Skirk Prospector for nothing here. We might also get like Chandra'd and shit out of the game. Yeah, there goes my Goblin Rabblemaster, and I got nothing off of that. I don't feel good about that play. I mean, I guess I traded 1/1/1 for another. We can play Castle Embrith, and then the threat of activation makes it so that they can't block, so we get 2 free damage here. Ah, they do block. Okay. So we kill their Eidolon of the Great Revel, and now we can just activate Den of the Bugbear next turn and swing, which looks like what we're gonna do here. Maybe I should have held Rabblemaster for a lot longer than I did. That Eidolon's gonna be painful. I think I just want to attack with Den of the Bugbear. And we can kill Chandra, which maybe we don't want to do, because I can just take them to 7, and then I have a pretty threatening board. I actually kind of like that, because then I can next turn play Fanatical Firebrand and activate Embrith. But I can also continuously attack with Den of the Bugbear. Yeah, our life total's not in danger, and we just need to pressure them as much as possible. So we're gonna leave Chandra be. Hit him for 5, take him to 7. I don't think they have life gain. So there's a decent blocker. They're gonna light up the stage, get Play with Fire and Ramunap Ruins. I assume they'll Play with Fire one of my tokens. Yeah. And there's the Eidolon. Do they hit me for 3? No hitting me for 3. Good. So I can attack them again. They would likely block with their Eidolon of the Great Revel. But that means that I can, in the second main, I can play my Fanatical Firebrand and kill the Monastery Swift Spear. If that's even what I want to do. I think it is what I want to do. That's worth basically 1 a turn, because this would block one of our 1/1s every turn. They are just like pulling cards off the top repeatedly, but we have our method of drawing a ton of cards. So hopefully this Snoop can make that happen. We get a Loyalist, get a Skirk Prospector, and we're gonna just yield and hope that our stuff survives. They're at a very low life total. They exile the top card with Chandra, and they find a mountain. I don't think they can attack. They don't think so either. They can activate a Den of the Bugbear. Ugh, that's pretty bad for us. So we have First Strike and Trample, and can't be blocked by creature tokens, which doesn't make a difference. They also have First Strike and Trample. Well, they have First Strike on this. We can only pump our guys once. Next turn, this Chandra ultimates. So we're probably just dead to Chandra Dress to kill. But I can attack through, sacrifice one of my guys, and deal 2 damage, bring him to 4. and then untap and do this. It's not good enough. I think we kind of just have to wait and hope that they like don't kill us with the Chandra ult. I don't think attacking wins here. You know what? I think I do have to attack though. They're gonna activate the Den of the Bugbear. No matter what it blocks, it's just gonna die. We're hoping they make the worst block, which is trying to save trample damage and then trying to kill us with Chandra, but they don't make the worst block. So we can get 2 damage by activating Embreath, or we can get 2 damage by activating... We actually get 3 damage this way because of the trample. They're gonna go to 3, which means next turn we may have a shot. A very close game. They just have another Chandra. That's gonna be really big for us. It's X damage to any target, so we need to... Oh, we know we're not gonna draw a haster, so we're probably just dead. Yeah, I mean, we have to draw a Ramunap Ruins off the top, not next turn, but the turn after. And we're about to take 3, and then whatever they cast. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then whatever they cast. So, all our cards are on the table, but we may still make it. So let's see. Putting them to 1. Did I miss 1 point of damage somewhere? It's possible I did because I never... No, I got to attack past the Monastery Swift Spear once. That would have been there. So... Oh, we should... We're dead. We would have been at 2. Magic is right. It is magic. That's what we're playing. Something like that, at least. So, their deck is very good against ours. But we're going to try this Leyline of Combustion and I believe Goblin Ringleader plan. Although Chain Whirler also lines up decently against them. It doesn't kill their stuff, but like... it attacks really well. I think we'll take out a Rabble Master, because it like can't survive any of their shocks. I think a Pile Driver gets a little bit worse. I think Bushwhacker is going to be fine. I think maybe we take out a War Chief or 2. Maybe we're not supposed to up our curve with these Ringleaders and just try to get as much damage out as fast as possible. That kind of makes sense to me. We're going to go like that. How's it going? Playing a little bit of Magic, and then I'm going to switch to Elden Ring after this. I do want to play first. This is tempting, but it's like only got 1 play. But I think I'm going to keep it. We just need to hit... If we hit a land on 2, this hand is great. Let's keep this. I think this Leyline makes it so that, like, even if we have sort of a slow game, it's gonna hurt them to keep dealing with our threats one at a time. Not the worst draw. Does give us 1 extra damage. They go to 18. This thing becomes a 2/2. Oh man, and that's a 2/3 blocker. That is not good. Kill our Skirk Prospector and they swing in for 3. They must be way better off than we are. I think I want to play the pile driver. I think. Maybe I just want to get Battlecry Goblin out. Although Snoop like pulls goblins off the top if it survives, but what are the chances that it survives, right? We should drain their hand a little bit first. The reason I want to play the pile driver is because it doesn't have haste, and we can't give it haste for quite a while. So now they have the 2/2 haster. They have a 2/3 prowess. They're gonna stomp the shit out of me like I expected. They take 2 from it. We take 5 though. If I draw a land, I can play Foundry Street Denizen and activate next turn. So I think that I want to do this. Maybe I'm supposed to be playing the Snoop now because it might survive, and then... Alright, so Chandra. Looks like I'm going to take at least 6 damage this turn and go to 5. They're at 8, though. I think Foundry Street Denizen kills them if they tap out. Alright, so they had the play with fire. I take 6, I go to 4. And not quite good enough, it looks like. We were decently close. I guess I just play Snoop here. And then do I attack? If I attack, they go to 4. And then I block. Or they shock it. They go to 2. I think I have to hope that they don't have anything. Although... at this point... I know I'm not drawing a land, which is like the worst. Like, means Bushwhacker's not going to do shit. I guess I just have to hope they don't have it. Because I know I don't have it. So they lava coil me, which means I'm dead. Alright. 2 damage short. Just a tiny bit short both times. Alright. Well, it is what it is. We kind of... I don't know. I don't think mono red mid-range is going to be a good matchup for mono red aggro. I'm saying... I know they're called mono red aggro, but they're slightly bigger than us, so... I think maybe the lack of lands is hurting this deck. Should maybe be on 22. Maybe I couldn't have resolved or untapped with a Snoop at any point in that game. So like the fact that I kept saying maybe I should be playing Snoop here so I could pull goblins off the top didn't matter because I couldn't do it the same turn I played it, and they shocked everything I played. I did like Leyline of Combustion, even though we didn't win the game with it. It feels like with a slightly better hand we would have. Like I don't want to say we low rolled, but got a little bit unlucky. I think this is the hand that people think about when they think of goblins, and they say that you should play these cards. So we'll see. This might be mono green, and it might also be Winota, and I think either way we take this trade every time. We're never gonna really get more toughness and blocking 1 damage is like the minimum for them. So here, I'm gonna have 3 lands next turn. They probably don't have removal. But I think I'm gonna play Battlecry Goblin. Just get the larger mana cost out of the way. So it is mono green, which is likely not a good matchup for us either. But we'll see. They're gonna... I thought I already yielded. So they don't have any real blockers to speak of. And now the question is, should I attack Kiora? Or should I just put out as much damage as I possibly can by playing Skirk Prospector, and activating? If I play Skirk Prospector and activate, I do 2, 5, 6, 7 damage. No, I do 8 damage. I can take him to 11. And then I can do Skirk Prospector, Battlecry Goblin shenanigans next turn. I think that sounds pretty good to me. Because you might just have lethal with these guys on their own. Just don't let Kiora soak up. Did I only do... I did 8, right? I think I did 8, like I said. Keep getting phone calls, I'm sorry. I was pausing here because we actually have lethal past these attackers. I didn't even calculate it, but I was talking about doing shenanigans, and I'm pretty sure... let's turn off auto yields. The blocking order doesn't matter because we're going to sacrifice everything that's blocked. This is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. And we got them for exact. So Skirk Prospector Battlecry Goblin shenanigans are very cool. I don't think I would have found that if I was like paying attention, to be honest. they gave me something in chat. They said, "Shit, that was sick." I'm glad they liked it because I liked it too. They were like, damned if they did, damned if they didn't. They had to attack, or they had to block with the Llanowar elf. Not on the pile driver, and then I just have more going into the next turn, right? I guess you bring Damping Sphere in, right? Because Nykthos is going to tap for a bunch of mana. And I think that's all we've got. I don't know if Leyline is worth it, even though it does that thing I said earlier. We're going to see how the matchup plays out. But we're bringing in these Chain Whirlers and probably these Damping Spheres. We're going to shave some stuff. Like Foundry Street Denizen is probably not that good. Legion Loyalist would have been very good there. Pile Driver is okay. They have good blockers for it, but like you will trade. I have a feeling there's going to be some board stalls here, so these Rabble Masters are probably not good. In fact, oh, these War Chiefs are probably worse though. I think the Bushwhackers will be good. Maybe we only bring in 2 Damping Spheres. Just 5 cards in. I think on the draw, we may have to keep this. Not only does it have Damping Sphere for Nykthos, but got a couple 1-drops. I don't really like keeping 1-landers, especially with a 3-drop in my hand, but I think this is a 1-lander that we can keep. You deal 3 on turn 2, and that seems good to me. We can even kill a Llanowar elf. Doesn't look like that's what they're gonna do, but okay, they're looking for a land. I think they were hoping to not have to use this for a land. That's the only reason I can think of them not playing that last turn. Okay, so now they have Llanowar elf. We can attack past it, or we can kill it. When I say attack past it, we can just attack into it, have them block our Foundry Street Denizen. But I think the Denizen... I think we just killed the Llanowar elf, just straight up. Although, you know what? I think I was supposed to just attack, because we can kill a Llanowar elf next turn with this Fanatical Firebrand if they do this. Okay, they kept no second Llanowar elf. We have drawn no second land. We're at 15. We need a second land really badly. They didn't keep an old growth troll either, because they could have played that. There's a Karn. What does Karn go grab for them? There's a lot of things that probably beat us. Shadow Spear? Okay. Shadow Spear is not the worst thing for us to see, but it's definitely not good. Another Fanatical Firebrand. We can kill Karn, which I think maybe we should do. I think the difference between 11 and 14, not big enough when they have a Shadow Spear coming. And Karn fetching a second thing, or even turning this into a creature would be bad for us. So I think we attack Karn. Just deal 1 to them. But if they win by 3 life, it's something to think about. Cavalier of Thorns is a big deal. They revealed a whole bunch of cards. They didn't get a... I guess they got a Nykthos from it. Alright, so this Cavalier is going to have lifelink and trample, which is not good for us. This is really bad that we didn't draw the other land. We're gonna get trampled. We can't stop lifelink. Every time we attack, we lose a creature. I'm pretty sure we just lose this game. Because this Nykthos doesn't have to do... Like, they win just attacking with this Shadow Spear once. So we're just going to concede and go to game 3. That did not work out well for us. You know, if we draw a single land there, our Did I take one of these out? If we draw a single land there, our velocity is just, like, crazy increased. I think I should have this in over this Goblin Rabblemaster. Especially on the play now. We would like to play first. We're not going to keep this, especially on the play. Sucks. This is way better. I'm going to probably throw back a land. We're gonna turn one Bugbear into Denizen. Probably just turn 2 Snoop, I think. I don't think they have a ton of interaction. I think they're just gonna block. This Snoop will probably survive. But I could just first strike trample, which I think may be better now that I drew Fanatical Firebrand. Legion Loyalist gives first strike and trample when you attack with 3 creatures. I think this is what we want to do. Attacking for 5 on turn 2 is pretty good. We're not going to be able to attack for 5 every turn, but this is an old growth troll. We're kind of in bad shape. All right, it's just a Kiora. That's good for us, by the way. We're just gonna play Snoop here. Maybe I'm supposed to play Pile Driver here because it forces them to play a blocker, and that blocker probably trades with Pile Driver. That makes sense to me. Actually, Pile Driver is gonna have first strike and trample, so this is the wombo we've got going here. So I think with these Goblin aggro decks, and it's something I thought about as I was putting Reckless Bushwhacker in, if you're really trying to go fast, you'd want to stay at 2 lands, right? Like, your best cards are your 1s and 2s, and like getting to 3 mana kind of hurts, even though it helps at the same time, right? So it's like a little bit weird to fill your deck all with 3-drops. And I think Bushwhacker is a 3-drop. So in this version of the deck, like, I know when we play Modern, we talk about how I think they're just dead. Because this is first strike trample. But when we play Modern, we talk about how Battlecry Goblin is a is a 4-drop, and that's because of the level of interaction in Modern, and we only play one of them, so we have to make it count. But in this Pioneer version, we play 4, and you just kind of let them sit and play. So I think I just don't know if the 3 drops are where you want to be. So we're gonna make our Foundry Street Denizen as big as we can by playing all of our hand out. And I believe they're dead. There's no reason to do anything fancy, I don't think. This is 7, 10, 11, 12, and they only have 1 toughness. We got them for Xaxes twice. Pretty close, though. Pretty close. But that is how you... that is how you beat the... That is how you beat the, you know, ramp decks, right? You go aggro. How's it going, Cobra? Thank you for dropping by. Everybody watching everywhere. This is your first time watching or first time here. Be sure to follow so you know go live and talk to us in the chat, because I love when everybody stops by. We're playing a list from a YouTube comment today. Slightly modified to make it all fit, but you can't find 4. There aren't any. I'm sorry to say. The deck is too good for just 4 sideboard cards to affect it. I mean, you could do what Eddie Chang's been doing, and you can just run like 9 Blood Moon effects in the board. What he's been doing is playing Obsidian Charmaws. When I say 9 Blood Moon effects, it'll like land destruction things. Obsidian Charmaws, we'll keep this hand. Obsidian Charmaws kill the land that their abundant growth is on, and it's a 4/4 beater, so like you always get a little bit of value kinda no matter what if you can cast it, but you have to cast it for 5 mana. But it gives you like a little bit more late game staying power. It's obviously not a goblin, but it's probably fine. So you could try that. I know people have been doing that. We're just gonna hope that we draw a land here to play Legion Loyalist and activate Battlecry Goblin. Like I said, we just want to let our Battlecry Goblin sit and play. Are they gonna shock in? No. Yeah, you can almost never shock in when you see a Battlecry Goblin on the other end of the field. Foundry Street Denizen, not quite. So this would just be 3, 4, 5, so not enough to warrant activating Battlecry Goblin. But next turn we can. Next turn we can, and if their plan is to block, we're gonna have First Strike and Trample. So this is just 5 colors. Swamp, Mountain, Forest, Island, Plains. And okay, I think we lose. I mean, maybe. It's possible we could win by drawing a land right here. We drew another 3-drop. That was pretty rough. Gave my Goblin and we went 4-0. Ran into Old School Humans and Rhinos in the weekend, and then running 4 Thoughts. He's not enough. Tried to fight Rexian Crusader. Rexian Crusader is definitely not the answer, I'll tell you that. Here's Omnath in every format, being the bane of Goblin's existence. We're about to get... I mean, it's going to be hard for them to drop 2 lands in a turn, I guess, but I'm sure they can do it. This is a new-ish deck. Because I don't think I've seen 4-color Omnath or 5-color Omnath. I've seen 5-color Niv Mizzet, which maybe this is playing Niv Mizzet. Well, maybe we should just be playing more lands with all these 3-drops. It's just something we said at the start, but and we cut down some of them, but I don't know. But yeah, there's not good answers to Omnath that are in the Goblins wheelhouse. Obviously, you're going for a Phyrexian Crusader, which is definitely not in the Goblin wheelhouse, but it's also not really good enough, I don't think. Just gotta play it out. Hope they don't have another Deafening Clarion. They gotta run Omnath because it's the best card in the deck. I mean, why isn't it just Omnath then? Why is the deck still Niv? I don't know. I guess they're playing Niv if they have Deafening Clarion though, so that is a good point. Okay. I'm pretty shocked that they killed the Foundry Street Denizen as opposed to the Battlecry Goblin. There you go, that's why. So these board stalls are exactly why I normally don't like Goblin Rabblemaster. I can't really play it with haste. I mean, I guess it's gonna have it this time, but you know, if I were to play it on this board, we're just gonna concede here. We can't win. They're trying to cast Niv, and you have to go through and pick the colors of mana in order. It's annoying for them. Make them do it. I wonder if Leyline of Combustion is any good here. It might be. I guess Rending Volley's okay, because it kills Omnath. But like, is killing Omnath that important? I'm not sure. But I think Ringleader is good against board wipes, and Rending Volley is good against Omnath. That's pretty much all I've got here. I think Rabblemaster is pretty bad against Omnath. And Foundry Street Denizen plays really hard into board wipes. Pile Driver is going to be great, though. I think maybe the Bandit Lord Bandit Lord has to be good enough, though. It's just a Lord. Are we supposed to speed up or slow down? You can't beat a 3-mana board wipe. So I think we're supposed to slow down. So maybe we cut, like, I think Fanatical Firebrand has less use here. It's a hasty creature. You know what? The Skirks are probably the worst creatures. It's so funny. This is like almost exactly what my list looked like before the changes. Like, except these were better cards, in my opinion. It's difficult to escape your biases, I guess, is what it comes down to. Yes, we want to play first. Yes, we keep this as our first Bushwhacker hand. And we can do some bushwhacking on 3, I think. I'm just going to start with the Firebrand. So we want to save a 1-drop? So we can Surge, but it's not really that good, is it? Like, if I do the math out, right? This turn I could hit them for 2 instead, right? So I could hit him for 2, and then next turn I hit him for 4. They're at 13. Or I could play nothing this turn, and then next turn I hit him for... So they go to 8. Well, no, I don't hit him for nothing this turn. I hit him down to 18. That's 1. Then the turn after that, it only gives it to other creatures. So I would get... This would be 2, and this would be 3, and it would be 6, and 18 minus 6 is 12. So I guess I get 1 more damage by playing nothing. which sounds kind of dumb, but let's do it. Mathematically, it's correct. It's all gonna get Deafening Clarion, so doesn't really matter, but all right. Battlecry Goblin changes things a little bit. It's actually nice that you can surge this out. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Fatal Push can't target the Reckless Bushwhacker, and it's our highest damage creature, which is nice. This is like as close to a nut draw, I think, as you can get. Because not only do we have... they're just gonna Clarion me? Gonna Dreadbore me. That's fine. It's as close to a nut draw as you can get because we have... oh, I guess we'll keep the Battlecry Goblin secret, won't we? And, we just take one by doing it this way. We'll play Snoop out. And does Surge only work from your hand? No. But we'll cast with Surge. Get in as much damage as we can. We didn't pull the Free Goblin off the top, but I think it's still the right play here. They may have Omnath next turn, but I think we beat Omnath. So we kind of are hoping they play Omnath. It doesn't look like we beat Omnath, but we do. This is going to be not good for me. Yeah, that card is very good. So we can hit him for 3. And then a land wins. So we're going to do that. But if they Omnath into land and gain 4 life, I'm in a little bit of trouble. A land wins, by the way, because we have Ramunap Ruins, and it costs basically 5 mana. And we have 4 right now. So let's hope they don't gain any life. We have pressured them a lot. Is this Niv? Niv doesn't beat us. Assuming it's Niv. They can't Omnath into land. Why can't they Omnath into land? Pretty sure they can. Because they would have 5 mana. Ulsamir. Ugh. Well, I don't think our deck beats Tulsamir. I think I'm just supposed to save this Legion Loyalist. This can... yeah. We're just going to do this at their end step. They can't Omnath because they had Swamp in play, I see. Good call. True, true, true. Now they can Omnath into land. Alright, I think we're dead. Doesn't have lifelink, but we're not taking him down. So we're not quite fast enough, and we don't really have the modern, and I say modern in terms of design, modern card advantage that Magic cards really have. I mean, we have Conspicuous Snoop, which kind of is that, but we don't have like, oh, you play this and get a free. But it was worth a try. I think Pioneer in general is very hostile to small ball aggro decks like this, with like basically no counterplay to them. Mono red aggro has prowess, and they play a lot of instant speed shock cards, so they can pump their guys, they can do damage. They have a lot going on there that we sort of don't. I actually think I'm maybe supposed to not play anything on turn 1, which sounds dumb, right? Because I need a 1-drop for this, but we do play a lot of 1-drops. So I think we're just gonna like try to curve out on them. And another Den of the Bugbear deck. Unfortunately, every single red deck I think is a bad matchup for us, which I think most of the decks in the format are red at this point. I should hit them first, but that's only to try and get them to make the mistake of shocking the Skirk Prospector before they know a Battlecry Goblin exists, but players are ready to take one. they're gonna take the one, so no shock in their hand, because you almost definitely kill this. Given Reef is a budget option if I've ever seen one. I don't think people really play that card. So I'm just gonna play Rabblemaster out. And it's gonna attack for a whole bunch next turn. And not only is it going to attack for a whole bunch next turn, but next turn we get to Snoop plus Bushwhacker, which is very cool. Also, we just barely are getting this Embereth into play untapped. We have 2 Bugbears, like we talked about it earlier. So it's a real risk you run. So they shock our Rabblemaster, which is fine. Maybe I'm supposed to not surge this out, but I don't think they're playing board wipes with this Sprite Dragon in their deck. So I think we're safe to just lay it all out on the table. Maybe not. Maybe that means they'll kill the Battlecry Goblin first and I'll be left with junk, but we'll see how much damage, what the difference is. I think we're supposed to do it, especially if they play another blocker here. No other blocker, just pump in their guy. Is there what? A Grumgully combo? No, there isn't. There's a Grumgully Collected Company deck that I played that was like vaguely combo-ish. And with, I think we're gonna leave the Embereth in our hand just to keep it a secret. And the combo was basically that you would play Snoop and pull loads of goblins off the top of your deck, and then try to Hobgoblin them, or you would Coco into Hobgoblin type things with haste. But it wasn't a real true, you know, like even 20 damage combo. We get an extra goblin here, which is probably going to be the what makes it lethal. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yup. And now we can sacrifice this and another goblin to pump our team 4. So we're going to do that. And you sacrifice your lowest damage one. and the one that's being blocked. And now they're dead. So Skirk and Battlecry Goblin is just so powerful. Like, easily one of the most powerful things I've seen done in terms of combat math. It makes blocking really difficult. We're going to use Rending Volley because I believe all their creatures are blue. I'm assuming they're on Thing in the Ice, Ledger Shredder, and Bright Dragon. I think we want Leyline of Combustion. I don't think Chain Whirler is very good. I think we're just going to try and fit these in. And maybe we just take out a whole bunch of 3-drops. And then blue is going to be good. We could take out a Skirk or two. Maybe one of our Rabble Masters. I don't know how good these sideboard plans are, to be perfectly honest. Kind of just winging it. Wow, I didn't know I had this art of Goblin Piledriver. This is horrendous. This is one of the worst arts for a Magic card I've ever seen. And especially something as iconic as Goblin Piledriver becoming that. When I say it's one of the worst Magic cards, it's like, as far as like card name to art, terrible. There's actually much worse art out there. Okay, so they're not all blue threats like I thought. They are apparently a reddish deck. We're gonna play Foundry Street Denizen. We're gonna have First Strike and Trample next turn. If we want it. We'll see if... Oh, I probably should have mulliganed for Leyline of Combustion. That's a really bad card to have in my deck. But this hand was good. Alright. Reckless Rage. So, what are the chances they have other removal in their hand? I think I just have to play the Piledriver out. I have 2 of them. I have 3 of them. Killing my Piledrivers. Swinging for 2. I would like to draw a land. I would like to draw land, to be perfectly honest. That's like not what I wanted to draw at all. I could have attacked in for 2 with these 2 haste creatures. Now that I have the Foundry Street Denizen, and maybe I'm supposed to. There's the Ledger Shredder. Pro Blue is going to be good against that. Rending Volley is going to be good against that too. So I guess I'm just going to play Foundry Street Denizen and then pass, and then at their upkeep I'm going to Rending Volley the Ledger Shredder. Yeah. And we're doing that to avoid the Ledger Shredder being triggered. Not that we wouldn't have killed it anyway, we just don't want them to loot. Wow, they shock it into play. I mean, they are at 20, so... A lot of blockers. 2 blue ones, though, which is good for our pile driver. I'll take one. That's a terrible draw. My own damn fault, though. Well, we'll just play another pile driver. We can't... It gets +2/+0 for each other attacking goblin, right? So we can't swing with the Foundry Street Denizen favorably, so we're just not going to swing. We're going to hope that our giant blue trampling... or giant pro-blue trampling creatures are going to be enough. They've only double spelled once. They've only looted once, I guess I should say. I don't know how many times they've actually double spelled. This is going to be expressive iteration. Really tanking on whether or not they should cast it, whatever it is. They paid red mana and then undid it. This is... How is this not expressive iteration? Are they thinking about Giganta-ing? Ah, it's a treasure cruise. Isn't treasure cruise one of the best spells ever printed? But it was a 4-mana treasure cruise, so... They apparently put no stock in double spelling. Decent draw, isn't it? So we're gonna Legion Loyalist and then Reckless Bushwhacker. And we should be attacking for quite a bit here. They only have one creature that can block one of my pile drivers. So they can loot. They already treasure cruised. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8 on each. So these are both 9 power. That's 18 trampling first strike damage with just the pile drivers, but it's actually more than that. It's 10. All right, so it's 20 with just the pile drivers. Yeah. That means that they're dead. So it seems we left the best 3-drop in, which is Reckless Bushwhacker. I don't think any other 3-drop would do it in a board stall like this. We do expect board stalls in Pioneer. I can't believe it's already been an hour and a half. It feels like I've been playing this league for like 15. So they're dead to first strike damage. All right, so we are 2-2. This will be our last match of the day, one way or another. So if this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. Shout out to Malekith, the Maldito, for the deck list. I saw it, and 20 minutes later, I was playing it. So you too could get your deck played if it strikes my fancy. It says that this person is on mono red aggro in the chat, which is very bad for us. I'm done keeping 1-landers today. They mulligan to 6. I'm gonna mulligan to 6. This is a much better hand. I think we can afford to throw back this Den of the Bugbear. If they're on mono red aggro though, I kind of want to be on the Bandit Lord. Which that would mean I would throw back Fanatical Firebrand. But I think I'm going to throw back a Den of the Bugbear because this hand, if I Firebrand on 1, Pile Driver on 2, and that survives, even if I don't draw a third land, Firebranding and then swinging with Pile Driver is legit. So, Watery Grave. Okay. All right. that play that I just spoke of got even more legit because now it's 2 extra attacking creatures. I guess I should start using this yield until here. Right, good draw. Probably a kill spell. But I have pro blue, so I'm hoping it's a blue-black kill spell. I definitely should have attacked first this time. I may miss a point of damage. Well, I guess I could never miss a point of... No, I can. Yeah, I may miss a point of damage here because of it. Doesn't look like I'm gonna, but... So they still only have 2 mana in play. This comes into play tapped. So... I'm curious, like... what is going on over there. Blue-black notoriously has a ton of kill spells. They've played none. I guess they can fatal push my pile driver now, and maybe they couldn't before. Okay, so this Reckless Bushwhacker makes me want to just play the Bandit Lord out this turn. Because we don't know if this pile driver is going to survive. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Bandit Lord out. We're playing it pre-combat so that we get the Lord effect. Last turn it was a mistake, but this turn it's on purpose. So this should attack for 4. Are they going to fatal push my Bandit Lord? Or Esper? Is this Esper Greasefang? How's it going, Corey? Alright, so they fatal push my pile driver. That's okay, because next turn we have a hell of a turn. They could fatal push the Bandit Lord. I could just play this and not cast anything else this turn. Attack for 6 as opposed to 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. I actually think that I'm supposed to do this. They may fatal push and take out the Bandit Lord. Then we'll kind of really regret this. Looks like they're about to do that right now. They're doing it before I have a chance to be able to activate it. One less to cast. So I could theoretically play this next turn if I drew a land along with this War Chief. But I think I'm just going to Surge this. We're going to attack for like 7. No, not even 7. 6. I don't know. I always think it pumps itself. I can't guarantee Surge, that's why I did that. This War Chief is just really bad. You can see it basically reduces the cost of like less than half of your deck. It does give all your goblins haste, but it doesn't feel good to play. But maybe I should have just played it that turn and bit the bullet. Assumed they had a fatal push because they kept playing these Fabled Passages out. Now they've memory deluged, so like you gotta not shock. All right, good. Well, that's a decent draw. It brings them to 2, 4, 7. It brings them to 3. We have a Ramunap Ruins in play, and we can have 3 Fanatical Firebrands next turn. Goblin Bandit Lord sort of shining. They could play Moat here and we still win. They cycle a Sensor. They may gain a ton of life. They do not. Okay. So we're trying to kill control decks and ramp decks. Like, that's what we prey on. I don't know if they play any creatures that Running Volley even hits. I'm guessing that Ringleaders are going to be decent. And I think Pile Drivers are probably bad because, I mean, how bad could they be? What do I want to cut is the question. If I'm bringing in Ringleaders. Probably just a couple of 1-drops. I guess Loyalist is... No, Loyalist is haste. It's probably just these Skirks. Skirks are good, just not great. Oh, all my joints have been hurting today. I don't know if there's like a storm coming or what. Am I an old man? It could be because I built my coffee table today. I'm loving the way it looks. I can see it from my desk. I gotta get a smaller table for behind my couch. For those of you who are not old people and looking at William Sonova and CB2 catalogs, they call those console tables. I've never. Console table is a thin table. I don't know why it's called a console table. So I think you just pretty much always lead on Foundry Street Denizen. You don't expect blockers out of them. The only reason you wouldn't lead on Foundry Street Denizen is if you expected blockers and you wanted to get your 1 point of haste damage in. I kind of want to play this Foundry Street Denizen out. But I also, like... They mulled to 5, by the way. We're probably going to win this game. Unless I, like, walk into some crazy board wipe, which probably costs double black. So... Maybe I just play... No, it's 1 point of damage either way. All right, I was gonna say maybe I only play the Foundry Street Denizen this turn, but the Fanatical Firebrand will attack for 1 damage both turns, and it will give a damage to this guy. So the 1 damage I gain by waiting, I lose over here anyway, and I forgot to attack with it. I thought I did attack all, and then I just clicked. I must have missed attack all. I remember right clicking. I must have right clicked this. Oh well, they conceded. They must not have had the 3rd land. So we 3-2'd with the list. It wasn't the worst. There were a couple issues. Rabblemaster didn't feel good, but I mean, it's got a good matchup against mono green. It's got a good matchup against any control deck. It's got a really bad matchup against mono red, aggro, mid-range, whatever you want to call it. But we knew that already. And I think we beat blue red for like the iffy one. And it turns out we just had enough things that were good threats. that they had to shock, and they, you know, they had enough threats that we didn't care about. Our threats generally, since we're going wide, we want them to play a ton of creatures because we kind of break board stalls wide open in that matchup because they're playing blue. And we have Legion Loyalist, which is like our way to really... Legion Loyalist plus Goblin Pile Driver is a great combo. You give it First Strike and Trample, and it's like a 10-2. That's going to be good. Leyline, I'm not sure I liked it, but I would leave it in. I obviously make mistakes with ley lines all of the time when I board them in. I always forget, like, oh, I have to mulligan to this card. Maybe it shouldn't be here because not just me making mistakes, just because it forces you to mulligan, and you pretty much can't play it in a 21 land deck. And you don't want to play it late in the game. So, like, yeah. Although, if you ever get 2 of them in an opener, how do you lose that game? I don't know. Anyway, Malekith, thank you for the deck list, for the comment. It was all very nice. If you would have built this one differently, let me know, because that would be a funny series of events. Yeah, thank you everybody for enjoying the stuff. I hate calling it content, not a content creator. I hate the idea that we're sitting here talking, building decks, playing Magic, and you just sum it up with the word content. Like, you could watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians if you were just looking for content. Don't demean your own hobbies with that silly language. I'd prefer streamer, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna look for somebody who's playing Pioneer to raid. So I'm gonna give my spiel one last time. This is your first time here, consider following, so you can get notified the next time we go live. If you're watching on YouTube, come over to Twitch and follow us so that you know, you can chat with us the way Corey and Cobra and everybody today did. But don't be afraid to just leave comments on YouTube either. Clearly I read them. Subscribe everywhere you can and come hang out with us. I don't want to... GG for Goblin Guide is such a good name for me to be raiding. So I guess we're gonna raid them because they have a good name, but they're playing Phoenix, which is like the boogeyman, you know? I don't like raiding somebody playing the best deck. So Phoenix isn't the best deck. But yeah, we're gonna send you over to GG for Goblin Guide. We'll copy this, paste it over here. Whoop! I pasted it into the chat without typing raid first. So enjoy the stream. Follow everywhere you can. Follow me on Twitter to tweet mean things at me, and see the mean things I tweet at other people. I'll see you next time. I am also probably going to be playing Elden Ring later, so maybe those will get on YouTube eventually. If you want to see them, say something. Anyway, have a good night.